Bam, bam, my peoples, my peoples. Welcome to another episode of Boxing for Dinner, where you get a healthy dosage of sweet science in the evening. We did it in the morning. Why not at night? Let's get it, my peoples. Salute to everybody tuning in. Y'all know how we do this. Y'all know we about to cook. Side in the building, Agent 17, JJ's in there, Bruce, Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Toy Mafia, Agent 17, building. Let's talk about Floyd Mayweather. Let's kick this thing off right away. May. Um, so there's an announcement. He's gonna fight this kickboxing legend in June, if I'm not mistaken, May or June. Let me see. It's the date right there. Yep, June 2026. Um, what do we think about this fight? Boxing hacker. You ready, champ? I got you, Boxing Hacker. We're gonna cover these topics. Listen, Boxing Hacker, hit me up on IG. Hold on, let me grab my other phone real quick, man. You done that? So check it, Boxing Hacker. That's my IG right there. Hold on, man. This background is messing it up. I'm gonna show you my IG. Look, send me a message right there, Boxing Hacker, and I'm gonna send you the link so you can jump in. The link is available. Yep, that link is available. So let me go through these real quick. Let me finish my intro, and then you're gonna get cooked. Relax. I got you. You froze. Mayweather avoiding the tax man in Greece. Hold on. Hold on. Going on over here. Are we frozen, my peoples? I can hear me. Let me know if we frozen. Oh shit, yeah. Aye. Braska Rogue in the building. Bam, salute family. He's a hell of a fighter. Now, this dude fighting Floyd, I guess he's a some type taekwondo, I don't kickboxing legend or something like that. Young Guns, you're frozen, but you good now. Salute, family. Bam, the lunatic librarian. Salute. So this guy's like some type of kickboxing legend, and they're gonna be fighting in June. Now, I did hear people mentioning, yo, Floyd's gonna be fighting all these type of fights. I'm not sure if he's still gonna fight Mike Tyson in April. I don't know if the date is gonna change on that because if I'm not mistaken, they had not announced a venue for that. I had seen a post from Floyd saying, where should we fight? So I don't know if Floyd and Mike is gonna be put in the back burner. This is gonna get done in June, and then Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather later in the year. I'm not, I'm just speculating over here. I don't know, but I'm just saying, my peoples. Have you guys been seeing, moving on to the next one, have you guys been seeing what's going on social media between Rollies, Dev, and Ryan Garcia? They've been going at it, my peoples. Look. First of all, I don't know if y'all seen it, but Devin Haney confirmed that yes, they was talking to Rollies' manager and they trying to get a fight done. Right? He said it himself. We talking, the rumors are true. We are negotiating or negotiation on the way. Cool story. But then him and Rollies go at it on social media. Um, you see Rollies talking about he'll knock him out cold. Look at this. Look what he said about that. He likes to sue people when he loses, but I'd knock him out cold. Let's make it happen. You guys know that Rollies is an elite level troll, right? So he's talking about Devil Soup, but check out Devin going at him. We could have made this fight months ago. Now you desperate. So now Devin's playing hard to get, talking about you desperate for the fight. Then Rollies hit him back. Oh, so much for the big tough guy act. Sign the contract. So you see Rollies now applying that pressure on Devin, but look what Devin Haney respond. What contract? Rolly, shut the F up. Straight up, shut the hell up, Rollies. But check this out. Check. Yo, they was going back and forth. Check this. Check this. Rolly didn't want to fight that mandatory. He gonna get paid pennies and probably lose. And look what Rolly's response to him. You say sign the contract more than anybody in boxing. Stop acting like anyone is ducking you. My manager reached out to your dad. Sign the contract. So you guys see, Rollies is still applying that pressure on social media. Like, what's up? Check out Devin Haney now. Yeah, when a real contract is actually sent, dumbass. F you and your manager. You made up all these reasons not to fight me. Now stand on it. Go fight that mandatory. Yo, can you imagine that? Devin was saying that he'll fight Rollies, and now he's telling him, nah, go fight your mandatory. But now check this out. Ryan, you know Ryan always gotta chime in. He like Devin is delusional, all type of stuff. But if you guys, who do you not notice? Who is not going back and forth and all the chit chatting? Jay is not Jay Smith. I'm here. Let's go. Salute, family. Bam. Side unification on the way. It looked like Devin is saying, nah. He's saying, go fight your mandatory. Braskarog, I think Rolly get caught by Debo like Tank. Braskarog like Tank. Whoa. Whoa. I mean, he want that smoke with Devin. He really does. He's trying to get it, but Devin is not having it. Ryan Garcia telling him that he's delusional. But if you notice, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Rollies, who's quiet? Shakur Stevenson, the number 3 pound for pound fighter in the world. David Balogun, salute family, bam, on lace, salute. Think about that. But my boy Camachito told me that supposedly Shakur and Ryan are in talks. They just haven't been able to agree on the weight that they trying to do it at a cash weight, like I guess 144, 145. Forget about doing the fight at 140, I guess. But they may actually be talking. Let's see. You don't see Shakur on social media talking like that, jumping in. Nah, in reality, ever since him and Ryan Garcia went back and forth, you don't really see Shakur talking to nobody like that. And he kind of quiet about his next move right now. Side, damn, is Devin ducking smoke? I mean, Rolly's applying that pressure. I don't know. Maybe Devin is just thinking he got options. Aroma sound. The more they talk on social media, the more I know they aren't going to really fight. It seems like they're just talking to see what generates interest. David Battle going, whoa, Shakur number 3 right now. Number 3 pound for pound in the world, bro. After that dominant performance over Teofimo Lopez. Braskarog, I gotta give Ryan his props. Out the mud. And look where he's at right now, man. World champion. Well, at the welterweight division too, David Battlegun. They didn't even put him top 10. David Battlegun, Shakur had to more than 10 to get this pound for pound recognition. I mean, and this is part of it because he's gonna get to that number one spot. Number one, Usyk, he's in the tail end of his career. That's it, Usyk. He don't got that much time left. What, two, three more fights at most. So watch this. The moment Usyk retires, is gonna be Naoya Inoue number one, Shakur number two. Just like that. Just like that. The moment, because it's like I told you, Usyk is not gonna be around much longer. So look who's gonna be the top three. Right there, you see it. Naoya Inoue, Shakur Stevenson, Jesse Bam Rodriguez. That's gonna be the top three. And I'm telling you, Shakur's gonna be looking for them spectacular wins. And let me just point something out. I want you guys to take this into consideration. The pound for pound is not a lifetime achievement award. It's a what have you done for me lately? That's why if you're all the way at the top, you and you've been beating those top dogs, you get one fight. Like a tune-up type of fight. But then you got to go back to the big dogs to keep that number one spot. So right now, I'm telling you, nobody's gonna be moving Usyk out of the way. Nobody's gonna be moving Inoue out of the way, but nobody's gonna be moving Shakur out of the way. Those three are gonna be locked in for a minute. And if Usyk has two more fights to make before he retires, when he does retire, now yeah, Inoue number one, Shakur Stevenson number two. But I'm telling you that the pound for pound rankings is not a lifetime achievement award. Because there's gonna be people that say, nah, Shakur can't pass Inoue because look at all the undisputed. He could pass him. Let me give you an example how Shakur could pass him. He had a fight with Tank. He beat him. He had a fight with Devin. Knock him off the box. Get a fight with they already knocked Tio out the box. Get Ryan, knock him out the box. If he knocked all the other four kings out, he could get to number one. He could knock off opponents that are bigger and better than the ones now, yeah, you know is gonna beat going forward. And because of that, he could get ahead of him. Like I told you, it's not a lifetime achievement award. It's a what have you done for me lately? So if Shakur start knocking off bigger names or higher ranked opponents or future Hall of Famers, or that'll have an impact on the pound for pound list. Take that into consideration. David Balaban, Shakur hitting some names now. He could overtake now. Yeah, he could do it. I don't think he's gonna overtake Usyk because Usyk has 2 or 3 fights at the most. That's my perception, right? I'm not assuming that he's gonna fight well into his 40s. So if he got 2, 3 fights more, that's not enough fights for Shakur to pass his resume and get number one. But he could overtake now. Yeah, you know it. Don't get it twisted. Aroma Sound. The promoters still have a lot to put up. Hold on, man. This light is killing me. The promoters still have a lot to put up the money for the fight. So the final decision is really up to them. No matter how much the fighters say they agree to fight each other. Oh no, that's facts. That is 100% facts. Now, of course, the bigger your name, the more you have a say. Let's not get it twisted. It's only a handful of fighters, but there's a handful of fighters that say, yo, I want to fight who I want to fight, and that's what they're gonna fight. Look at, for example, Ryan Garcia. His level of star power, Oscar De La Hoya himself said, oh, we're gonna talk about a few fights, but ultimately Ryan will decide who he want to fight. So there's some fighters out there who they gonna fight who they say. Tank Davis, Canelo Alvarez, Devin Haney. Devin Haney's his own boss. He decide who he want to fight. So there's some fighters out there who make that decision. My check, my peoples. We back in the building. Let me know if we back in the building. Golly. It's these clouds, fellas. These clouds is killing me. These clouds is killing me, y'all. You back. Hell yeah, my brother. These clouds, man, they killing me. Hold on. Golly. Shacklehead J. Smith with the nasty reception. Yo, you see, Elon Musk let me down, B. Elon Musk, you let me down. What's up with the Starlink tonight? You ain't flying above Dominican Republic or something? You better bring them satellites over here, buddy. We paying for this shit too. Golly. David Battle, salute, bro. My bad, yo. You seen I was out of order. Talk to me, bro. I don't even know what I'm responding to. Let me know, my people. The audio's good. But I digress, man. I digress. Listen, let's go to Shakur Stevenson right quick. Now that you guys can hear me at least. He's ranked number 3 pound for pound in the world. And he has Usyk and Aoya Ino in front of him. David Balogun. I said Shakur is all-time conversation if he beat those guys. Oh, not 100%. Listen, Shakur, when it's all said and done, he's gonna be an all-time great. The only fighters who he won't fight are the ones who refuse to get in the ring with him. That's it right there. I move closer to the Starlink. It's super cloudy out here, my peoples. Let's see. Let's see if we can make it happen. David Balogun. And I asked what he gotta do to be number one. Is there a name to beat? Now he listen, there's no one name that he could beat to get to the number one spot. It's impossible because now Yaino is super accomplished and so is Alexander Usyk. So there's no one win that Shakur is gonna get and get him to the number one spot. It's gotta be multiple high caliber wins. But here's the thing. Alexander Usyk is not gonna be around for much longer. What, 2, 3 fights maybe? So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you look at this chart right here, when Alexander Usyk retires, automatically it knows it's moving to number one and Shakur's moving to number two. Let that sizzle in your spirit. And then Bam Rodriguez is right there. So that's gonna be your top three. If Usyk retires after 2, 3 fights, you're asking me about what win Shakur can get, right? I'm gonna give you an example. I told you no win is gonna get Shakur past Inoue. But here's an example where it can happen. Once Inoue number one and Shakur number two, Bam Rodriguez fights the monster. Boom, beat him. Shakur Stevenson fight Devin Haney. Boom, beat him. Shakur jumps to number one right there. Right there. The next day or 2 days, whatever. In the next rankings, he number one. So he just lurking, gonna keep winning and winning and winning. And then now you know it. If he slip, he cooked. Right there, Shakur gonna take that spot. Or Shakur simply gonna have to start getting bigger wins. One big win, look, he beat Teofimo that pushed him up to number three, right? One big win is not gonna get him to overpass. Now you know it, unless the monster take a L. If the monster lose, then Shakur could get a big win and get ahead of him. Jeffrey Bilingual, bam. Tajon, I'm disappointed in Boo's activity. He should be fighting 3 fights this year. He should be on this list. I mean, look, if the pound for pound list was solely based on skills, eh, Boots would be top five right now. Top five right now in the pound for pound list. But it's not based on skills. It's based on accomplishments. So he don't have, at this point, Boots already started accomplishing. He won 2 titles. He unified 2 titles at the welterweight division. Great. But he's got to do more. Look at the guys that's up top. Usyk, a 2 division champion. A 2 division undisputed champion and a multi-division heavyweight champion. Now, yeah, you know it. 2 division undisputed champion, multi-division champion, ring, lineal, all of it. Shakur Stevenson, 4 division champion, unified, lineal, ring, all. Bam, the same thing. Been undisputed, multi. So if you look at those, and then look at Bivol too, Bivol, undisputed, multi, 2 time or 3 time, whatever it is, he's been champion. Then you look at Batterbeer, heavyweight champion of the world. I mean, that look at heavyweight and heavy. David Benavidez. So, yo, the pound for pound list, it's hard to get in right now. Boots is not gonna get in there with 2 titles. 2 titles, it ain't gonna get you on the pound for pound list, brother. David Balogun, damn. White Boots got a lot of work to do. He got a lot of work. He got a lot. But I'm gonna tell you something to also consider. Boots is only 28 years old. Watch this. Watch this. Alexander Usyk, 2, 3 fights left in his career. But then you scroll down and you look at Arthur Beterbiev. He like 40 years old. He like 40 years old, bro. So he's almost out of there too. So there's two guys right there, and also Bivo. If you look at Bivo, Beterbiev, and Usyk, they're all up there. That's three people that's gonna be out that list. While Boost is still in his prime. So Boost got a lot of catching up to do, but he's got a lot of time at 28 years old. Shackle hands. Usyk is 38. That's what I'm trying to tell you though. How many, I don't see Usyk with his accomplishments, what he's been able to do in the sport of boxing, the money that he made, the lifestyle that he lived. I don't see Usyk fighting in his 40s. I don't see it. I see, especially now, look, he's fighting a kickboxing guy, a cherry pick before this big fight. I don't see him sticking around for too much longer. David Battle, I'm disappointed in myself. I don't know. The top 10 guy, who is that? Oscar Collazo, look him up. I mean, listen, he's not a big star like that. He's not a big star, so a lot of people don't know him. Follow him. But if you find him on IG, you're gonna see he got his follows. He got people that know him. He's just not a big name like everybody else on that list. David Ballard. Who the F is Oscar Collazo? You educated me about Chocolatito. Yeah, Chocolatito, man. But who the hell is Oscar J. Smith? Not, yo, listen. I'm gonna put it to you like this. He's had a lower weight. Can't remember off the top of my head, but let me put it to you like this. You're gonna see, look him up, and you're gonna say, yeah, this guy deserved to be here. This guy definitely deserves to be here. When I'm talking about let the hands fly upon thee, Oscar Collazo can fight. He can fight. He earned that spot. Check him out. Check him out. Look for his highlights and see what he's talking about. He for real. But my peoples, that pound for pound list is gonna be shifting. When you see Alexander Usyk, now yeah, and Shakur Stevenson, bam, right behind them. Then you see Bivol. Think about it. Jerron Bruce Ennis is not on this list. You think he's not gonna get in? David Balogun, let the hands fly upon thee. I'm telling you, Oscar Collazo got so many hands. It's not even funny. I'm telling you, he got mad hands for days. For Oscar Collazo got hands for days, bro. David Balogun also needs to get out of here. I'm telling you, the fact that he's fighting uh, a kickboxing legend with a boxing record of 1-0, tell me he closer hanging him up. He close. Real stuff. You're not trying to mess around for too much longer. My peoples, let me give y'all this bonus one real quick, man. Look at this bonus one, y'all. You imagine Oscar De La Hoya, Tito Trinidad give us the rematch that never happened? I don't know, man. This thing was posted by Hall of Fame referee Joe Cortez. Listen, there's some of you in here who may have seen the first fight. Some of you may have seen the first fight. And you may remember how it played out. This is not a real poster or nothing like that. But Tito Trinidad, let me fill you in. Tito Trinidad actually did go on social media like, yo, I whoop your ass. I whoop your shit. And listen, no matter what you say about Oscar, whether you like him or not, yo, even right now when he throw them hands, he be looking sharp. You gotta understand, man. That's an Olympic gold medalist, multi-division champion, Hall of Fame, all type of. Oscar De La Hoya is one of three, 5-time or more. No, my bad. One of two, 5 times or more. No, 6 times or more division champion. It's only him and Manny Pacquiao, y'all. Manny Pacquiao got 8. Oscar De La Hoya got 6. And then there's a group of people who got 5, including Floyd Mayweather. So don't get it twisted. But shackle hands, you can't say they need a payday because both of them is million. Oscar De La Hoya got millions, bro, that he don't know what to do with it. And Tito Trinidad, look up the net worth, bro, like 20 million or 40 million, something like that. So they don't got the well, Tito Trinidad don't got hundreds of millions of dollars, but he wealthy, wealthy. But I'm gonna tell you this, you guys, those of you old enough who watched this fight, y'all know what happened. Y'all know. Tell me in the comments, B, what happened in this fight? Tell me in the comments, y'all. What happened when Tito Trinidad and Oscar De La Hoya fought? If you know, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you didn't watch. What happened when Tito Trinidad and Oscar De La Hoya fought each other? Damn, nobody know? Shit. Nobody know what happened? Basi Hacker. Oscar beat the brakes off of him and took off the last round and lost. J.J. Cenejas. I only know the top 10 buffet, like John. So Oscar lost controversially. So Boxing Hacker got it. I mean, a little bit exaggerated. It was, I would say, the first 10 rounds. And he took off 11 and 12. Because in round number 11, he was already, matter of fact, nah, not in round number 10. He was still putting hands on him. But in round number 11, he was already on his footwork, just jabbing and moving. But I'm going to remind you, man, Tito Trinidad at that time, who was his promoter? Don King. Don King was not trying to let that happen. And here's the interesting part about that. Oscar De La Hoya tried so hard to get that rematch. In fact, I'm sure most of you know that Oscar De La Hoya's wife is Puerto Rican and he got a house. He mostly lives in Puerto Rico. And he actually went to Puerto Rico trying to get a rematch with Trinidad. Twice he went over there trying to convince him. And I think it was at that time that he met the woman that is now his wife. But it looked like this fight can actually happen, y'all. Let that sizzle in your spirit. You boxing hacker. You didn't hit my IG, bro. Let me find out you scared to death now. Look, that's my IG right there. Let me show you my IG. That's my IG right there, boxing hacker. And that goes to anybody. If anybody want to jump in, I'm gonna be here like 15 more minutes. This show is gonna last an hour. So if anybody want to jump in, hit me up on IG and I'll send you the link. Shackle hands. You know what it is, man. People be scared of death. Be scared of death. They be wanting that smoke until that smoke show up. My peoples. But once again, Floyd Mayweather is gonna fight a kickboxing legend, boxing hacker. I don't know it. What you mean you don't know it? But I'm showing it to you, bro. Look, I'm showing you the Instagram, bro. It's right there. What don't you know? I'm not able to type it in the chat, but I'm showing it to you right here, B. Look at it right there. Just be like, yo, it's boxing hacker, and I'll send you the link. I don't have access to type it in the chat. JJ's in the house. I seen it. De La Hoya had to fight, I think. but he coasted the last 3 rounds. Man, yeah, he messed up. He messed up. I'm gonna tell you like this. I felt like, and most people who watched it felt like De La Hoya won. Um, but there's also a factor to consider, man. They was both world champion. That was a unification. I don't remember if it was for undisputed. I don't think so. I'm sure that it was a unification. And you want to see a champion fight like he's taking it to the other guy because the other guy's also world champion. So that felt like it left a big impression on the judges. The way that Trinidad, he kept going forward the whole time. He was getting outboxed, but he kept pushing. He kept pressing and getting outboxed. But the last 2 rounds, he was pressing, landing some good shots, and De La Hoya was just moving. So De La Hoya gave those 2 rounds away, gave them away for sure. And if you remember watching the fight, you could see that I think it was in after round number 10 that his corner told him, "We got the fight, we got the fight. Tenemos la pelea ya. No te pares, no te pares. Fight. Don't stop. Move." All right, hold on. Let me. Bam. All right, hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can say you that right now. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, my people. Let me send this link to Boxing Hacker. He about to get hacked. Um, I just sent you the link right now. See if that works. Let me know if it works. Shaggy in the building. Pound. JJ Sendejas. He should have not let off the gas. De La Hoya, I'm talking about. I mean, it turned out to be a big mistake. Turned out to be a big mistake because it's like he let it get taken away from him. Because when that last bell rang, you could even see De La Hoya was celebrating in his corner. And on Tito's side, you could see the sad faces like, damn, they got us. They got us. We cooked. It is what it is, man. But you imagine if they actually do a rematch, they actually decide to go for it, that would be something. My peoples, I don't know if Boxing Hacker is ducking this smoke because I sent them the link. I'm gonna show y'all the evidence, yo. Look, look. In case Boxing Hacker is ducking the smoke. Look at this. He like, yo, it's Boxing Hacker. I'm like, okay, there's the link right there. And you can see he saw it. It says that he saw it. See? So Boxing Hacker, if you ducking that smoke, let it be known. Let it be known. Shackle hands, yes, he's about to get cooked once again. JJ's in their house. I'm getting in the shower right now. No Diddy, bro. Golly. The letter M. If it quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, you tell me what it is. You tell me what it is. Always. Damn, salute, family. Hold on, man. Hold on. My peoples, what y'all think about these 3 gentlemen right here? Who's gonna fight who? Jay is in the house. Take care, everyone. God bless. Jay Smith and the Box Center family. Salute, my brother. Bam. The letter M. Ducking that smoke. Duck, duck, goose. Shaggy. My peoples. Hold on. Hold on. It look like ain't no duck sauce going on. Hold on, my peoples. You thought it was a duck, but it ain't a duck.
It can never be a duck, buddy. It can never
Bam.
salute to you.
Salute, family.
What's up, man? What's up? So let's
Turn
get
that.
crack out, huh?
What's up with your camera, bro? Turn that thing on.
No. Can't do that, brother. But
Alright,
look,
alright,
I'm
alright.
about to run to the gym though. Let's get in though.
Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. So listen,
Okay.
you said that Devin Haney is a bigger star than Ryan Garcia,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, you stand on that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
In terms
what
of
are you?
boxing.
Huh?
In terms of boxing.
Is that popularity is popularity? You can't grade popularity to just one thing. You're either popular or you're not.
No, because you can be popular amongst your friends, but not be a popular boxer. That's not how that works.
But we're talking about celebrities here. We're talking about
No,
boxers.
we're talking about fighters.
Okay, but
Yeah, we're talking about
you
this is
see
a
you
boxing
putting a
channel. So you
measurement on
can't switch that.
popularity that you
Don't try
already,
that. Don't even try it. This
man,
guy,
I'm disappointed in you.
thought he was
Now you're
slick.
saying he's more popular in terms of boxing.
Yeah,
You
because
never
so
said that this morning, bro. You just literally added that. Where you coming from with that,
hold
bro?
on. Let's keep it in
You started a
perspective,
whole
right?
different argument,
We're
a
trying to
whole
figure who was
different
the A
debate
side
you're
and
trying
B
to make
side.
now.
Hold on.
Come
We were
on,
trying to
come
figure
on.
out who was supposed to be the A side or B side, right? That's what we're trying to figure
Come
out.
on, bro. Nah. That's not what we was trying to figure out. We was talking about who's the
What?
A side. We was talking about who's the A side, who's the B side, and then
Right.
we went into who's more popular. And
Right. In terms of
you
boxing,
said
it's
that
not in terms of
nobody in
if
terms
you just
of
want to know who's more
boxing,
popular in
bro.
social
Come
media,
on.
you can say Ryan Garcia is more popular in social media. But we're talking about in the
No. We're
aspect
not
of
talking about
boxing.
social media. We talking about who's more popular, period. You're trying to
This is a
now
boxing channel
segment it into different segments of
because
popularity.
it's
You're
different.
either popular or you're not.
No.
Yes,
I'll give you an
yes.
example. Andrew Tate just boxed, right?
Yeah,
Andrew Tate, you know who Andrew Tate is, right?
yeah, yeah.
He has a bigger social media following than Jake Paul. He just boxed. He's
He's
not a
not a
popular
boxer.
boxer. He's not a popular boxer. But as
Okay.
far as the influencer, he's
But
very
bro,
popular.
he didn't even fight a real boxer, bro. That was two
Bro, it doesn't
non-boxers
matter.
boxing
So
each other. How
hold
are you
on. He
gonna
had boxing
compare?
license. Here, listen to me
Bro,
again. He had a whole
bro,
boxing license. He
that's a
was a real
horrible
boxer, and he also was a real
bro.
kickboxer.
Listen. You make look where you're at already. You went from Devin is more popular to talking about Andrew Tate. You that's how you know
No,
you're
no,
getting
no.
cooked.
No,
That's how
how
you
am I
know you're
getting
getting
cooked?
cooked,
You're wrong.
bro.
You're trying to spin it.
You're
You're
getting
trying to spin it,
absolutely cooked. Look at the
because you know
example
I'm
that you're
right.
making.
You know I'm damn right. Hold on one second.
How?
We're talking about
No.
the
Listen.
question was who was A side
You
or B side
started.
between Ryan and Devin.
No. The question
That's what
between
it
us
really
was
was.
who's more popular. That was the question. Who's more popular?
It
And
was
you
never
said
just
Devin
who was
was more
more
popular.
popular.
Yo, you the type
In
of
terms
person
of
that I'm gonna have to
fighting.
screenshot. I'm gonna have to screenshot the
Yeah,
shit
in
you be
terms of
saying.
go ahead.
You
In
never
terms of
said in terms
boxing.
of boxing this morning, bro. Why you adding
Yeah,
that
in terms
now?
of
Because you
boxing.
was
You
already
can't just
cooked
say,
this
oh,
morning.
Ryan's his
You
social
knew
media
you
is
was
more
gonna
popular.
look.
That's
You
not
knew
how
you
that
was gonna
works.
look. You knew you was gonna get cooked the second time. So now you added the in terms of boxing part. The in terms of
No.
boxing part, you never said it this morning. We would have ended that
We were
conversation
talking
this
about A side and
morning.
B side.
Like, what are
What are
you
you talking about?
doing?
We were
What are
talking
you
about
doing?
Come
Bro,
on, man. Don't even
okay.
try
So
it.
watch this. So watch this.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
So Jake Paul is more popular than everybody in terms of boxing,
Is Jake Paul more popular in everybody in
and
terms of
everybody in terms
boxing?
of boxing.
He had a popular fight with Mike Tyson. No, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, he's not more popular than everybody in terms of boxing, right?
No.
So why was he the A side on Tank Davis?
Why was he
Take
the
your
A side
time.
with
Take your time.
Tank?
Yeah. He
Yeah,
was the A side. Why?
right. Because his last fight had more pay per view
But
sales.
you just say he's not more popular in terms of boxing. So
Right,
why he the A side on Tank Davis?
right. I just told you
That doesn't go with your
that. I
logic.
just told
According to
you.
your logic, then Jake Paul should not have been the A side because he's not more popular in terms of boxing.
Again, okay, let's use your Jake Paul example, right? Let's use that, right? Jake Paul,
But
how
go
many
with
how
my
many
example. Stop looking for your biased
okay,
example to
I
fit
said
your
I already
narrative.
no, I already told you. The reason why, let me tell you
You
the reason why.
specifically
I'll
said
tell
that
you
somebody
why.
who's
Let me
not
answer your
more
question.
popular. Go ahead.
Let me answer your question. Let me answer
Go
your
ahead.
question. The
Go ahead.
reason why, right, is because before Jake Paul fought Tank, he fought Mike Tyson. The pay per view sales for Mike Tyson and Jake Paul were
That was an
astronomically
exhibition
higher.
fight.
Hold
That
on,
was
hold
an
on. Were
exhibition fight.
astronaut. I'm not screaming on nothing. Were astronomically higher than Tank and Lamont Roach. It was different.
Ooh.
It wasn't even comparison to Tank and Ryan. They were Tank and Lamont Roach did not do anywhere near as good as Jake Paul did with Mike Tyson. So of course Jake Paul
Okay.
at that point
So
would be
let
the
me
A
ask you
side.
this then. So
Yeah,
since you're going by the numbers of what was watched,
yeah,
right?
yes.
Whose fights get more views, Devin or Ryan?
Whose fights get more views, Devin or
Yeah.
Ryan?
Yeah.
In general,
You mean in general? Whose fights get more views? Any way you want to
uh,
say, go fight by fight, or go in general, however you want to do it.
it
You don't know.
depends.
You don't
So it
know.
depends. So it depends. I'll put it like this, right?
Yo, y'all listening
Uh,
to this? He said it
no, no,
depends. Go
you
ahead.
want to make it seem
You
like hold
getting
on, let's
cooked,
talk
bro. I
about it.
told you.
Let's
I
no hold on.
told you. I told
You're
you it
not
was
you
easy
can't.
work, bro. It's easy. It's too
I'm
easy,
easy work.
bro.
Let's see. Let's
I
see.
got you
Then we
talking
should
about
get
it
over. Let's go.
depends. Look what I
Let's
got. Look
go.
at your
Let me
answers.
answer
You're
your
talking about
question.
it depends. How
You're
does
asking
it
me questions. Hold
depends?
on. Let me answer your question. I just answered your first question very easily.
But I'm
I
gonna
can answer this
remind you. I'm
question.
gonna
It
remind you that
depends
the
on the
first
fight.
time around, look. The first time around, you segmented it. You said, "Well, in terms of boxing," so you got cooked right
It's
there because
always
you
been
brought up
about
something.
boxing. Me
Look.
and you
You
were doing
brought up
boxing talk in
something.
the morning.
No. We're talking about popularity, and in the morning, you
And we were
never
not
said
talking
in
about
terms of
popularity in
boxing.
the morning.
But
What
even
this is
but
not high school
now,
talk. We're
look,
boxing talk.
now that I cooked the new point that you made up, I'm showing you
You did
right
not.
now. Okay, who
All right,
gets
let me
more
know when you're
views in
ready.
their fights? Go ahead. Who gets more
Huh?
views in their fights?
So it depends on which fight. So I'll put it like this: Devin Haney
On
has been
average,
on
on
more
average,
pay.
on average, make an
On
intelligent
average,
guess. On
on
average, who gets
average.
more?
So Ryan had a big fight, massive fight with Tank Davis, right?
My people,
That
look,
was
while
his
he
biggest
talking,
fight.
Google it,
After
Google
that,
it, Google him.
Devin Hayes had more bigger fights than Ryan. I'll put it like that. The biggest fight
Wait, we're
Ryan
not talking
had
about
was the
bigger
one they
fights.
lost.
Who gets more views? We're not talking about
Right, you were
bigger
saying
fights. Who gets
so
more views in their
so the
fights? That's we
so
can
the
Google that. Who gets more views in their fights? That's all I'm asking you,
it's
bro.
fight by fight basis. If you use the Tank Davis match, you say that Ryan had the most
No,
views
no, no.
because
I'm not using the Tank Davis match.
then you say
I'm using. I'm
Devin.
using. I'm using.
Then you say
Use
Devin.
their last fight. Use their both of their last fight.
The
Both
numbers
of
for
their.
Devin versus Brian Norman weren't released, but you will say Devin. The reason why you'll say Devin is because Devin had more pay per view fights than Ryan has. Ryan's only had so he has a problem with Ryan. Ryan's only had pay per view fights with Tank Davis, which he lost. Devin Haney,
Now he's talking about who won and lost. Oh my god, bro!
yeah,
You
because that
sidetracking.
counts.
When
That
people get
counts.
cooked, when people get cooked, that's what they
Don't
do.
try
They
to stop. Don't
sidetrack.
let's
And
not
now you're
stop. Don't
talking about
stop
who
me.
won and
Let's
lost.
talk about it. Let's talk about it. I
My
love
god,
this.
you're getting
Let's talk
cooked,
about it.
bro.
So
Read the. I don't gotta read
Ryan
the comments.
Garcia.
Everybody know you're getting cooked.
No, the funny thing about it is Ryan Garcia has only had three pay per view fights, right?
We're
He
not
only had
talking
Devin,
about that though, bro. We
Tank.
talking about
Hold
who
on.
gets more views.
Then
We
you
talking about who gets more views, bro. You talking
in
about pay per
general you'll
views.
say
You
Devin gets
talking
more
about Ryan
views.
Garcia losing a fight. We can look for look. Let's look for an average.
In, ge-
Let's look for an average.
in general, you'll say
Average.
Devin gets more views because he's been bigger fights. That's all. That's
Oh
all it
my
ends up to.
god,
He's
yo.
been
This
big
guy's
stadiums been
talking
bigger
about in
fights.
general. There's
Yeah,
no
he's
such
showing
thing as in
average.
look. There's no such thing as in general. We can
Then
look
what's
it up. I'm gonna
average?
look it up. I'm gonna look it up and watch how easy you're gonna get cooked. I'm gonna look up the
Yeah,
last three
okay.
fights, both of their last three fights, and let's see who got more views in those last three fights. Watch this. My peoples, y'all should have helped me out too, man. In the comments. I can't
Mm.
believe that y'all didn't look for the views while we was talking about it.
The problem is you're not gonna be able to find it. That's the problem with it.
Of course, I'm gonna be able to find it. So if I'm not gonna
Okay.
be able to find it, and you're not gonna be able to
All right.
find it, how
All right.
exactly
Let's
did you
see.
come up with that?
Let's see.
How
The
did you
reason
come
why
up with that?
so yeah, let me explain why you're not gonna be able to find it. Because the zone's a private company. Private companies don't release numbers.
Okay, so
Keep this
watch
in
this.
mind.
Watch
So
this.
Devin
Okay,
Far private
okay, watch
companies never
this.
release numbers. You can Google
Watch
that.
this. So you
Okay, go ahead.
find it. So you're arguing about numbers that you're saying we can't verify. Watch this.
No, I'm not saying numbers. I'm saying Devin's been a bigger has been in more pay-per-view events than Ryan Garcia.
How many has
That's
he
what I'm
been in?
saying.
How many has he
So
been in?
he's been one with Lomachenko, two of Cambosis. Internationally, he's been two of Cambosis,
Oh my
right?
god, he brought up
Regis
internationally. You're
Progress.
getting cooked, bro. Go ahead.
No. Regis Progress was also pay-per-view fight, right? Regis was a pay-per-view fight. Devin has not done a non-pay-per-view fight in a long time. Google it.
Bro, those
Ryan Garcia's only
his fights were on the zone.
Garcia's only
Wait,
done
listen,
pay-per-view with
listen.
certain fighters. He didn't do a pay-per-view fight with Oscar Duarte, did he? That fight was in he didn't do a pay-per-view fight with the African. Ryan
Is
Garcia has
that
never
I
done a
think
pay per
you're
view
being
fight.
tricky with the pay per view stuff because we're not arguing about pay per views. We're arguing about
You say who?
views.
Yeah.
We're arguing about views. So let me give you
Oh
an
my.
example. You know why your logic doesn't work? Because
Sure.
if
Go
you're
ahead.
on pay per view, if you're on pay per view
Mm-hmm.
and you get 200,000 buys, that's a good amount of buys. But if I'm on ESPN, a million people watch. We
So
never pop
you're
when we
saying?
never talked about pay per view numbers. We just talked about who
Wait.
get
Let me
more
ask you.
views. Who gets more views? That's the
Why? Why?
question.
Okay.
But you
Tell
turned
me.
it into a
Tell
conversation
me.
about pay per
Tell me.
views. You sidetrack
You
a
think it's
lot.
Ryan?
You sidetrack a lot.
You
A
think it's
lot. You
Ryan?
sidetrack. You never
You
answer
think it's
the actual
Ryan?
question. Ryan gets more views than Devin Haney.
Where's
Yes,
your
of
Where's your
course.
proof? Absolutely not.
So
We
so
can Ryan. Okay,
listen,
I'll tell
listen,
you
listen to
why. I'll
this,
tell
listen
you
to this,
why.
listen to this. I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
why. I'm gonna tell you why.
Go ahead. I'm
And I'm gonna
listening.
prove. Now I'm gonna give you numbers since you need proof.
Yeah.
What was Tank Davis' highest pay-per-view bout
With
of
Ryan
his
Garcia.
career?
With Ryan
And how
Garcia.
much hold on. And how much did that do?
I think 1.2.
Let me look it up. Let me look
I thought
it
you said
up.
you were gonna tell me. What do you mean look it
Hold
up?
on. No.
This guy.
Watch this.
Okay, let's see.
Watch this. 1.2. So listen
I
to
didn't even
this.
have to Google that. You see
Listen
that?
to this.
I just told you
All right.
your
All right.
information,
You
but
got
go
it.
ahead.
You got and that shit that anybody can know. Listen to this. Listen to this. I
I
want
didn't
you to
even have to
listen to
Google
this.
that,
I
bro.
want you to
Come
listen to
on, man.
this.
This is easy work, man.
Listen,
Why'd you call
listen.
me up here?
Just listen. 1.2. What
Yeah.
was his second highest pay-per-view?
Devin Haney.
No, I'm talking about Tank Davis. What was Tank Davis' second highest pay-per-view?
His second highest pay-per-view?
Yeah. See, Pitbull
Maybe Frank
Cruz.
Martin. Maybe Frank
Pitbull
Martin.
Cruz. Pitbull Cruz. Look it up.
Okay.
But look it up. Somebody look it up. Either six or eight. 6 or 800,000. I can't remember. But here's
Okay.
my point. Here's my point to you. You
Yeah.
said that Ryan
Go ahead.
Garcia fans don't buy, don't watch, don't. How come
Yeah.
Tank Davis got the most views ever versus Ryan Garcia? You don't think
Because
he
they
had nothing to do
advertise
with that?
well. But Tank carried. You know what? Tank carried it. But Tank carried it. I'll prove why
So
Tank
if Tank
carried it.
carried it, why he only did 300 something against Lamar Roach?
Why Ryan couldn't do a pay per view after
Why
the fight
Tank couldn't
after?
do half of
Why
those
Ryan couldn't
numbers?
do pay per
Wait,
view
wait,
at
wait,
the
wait,
fight
wait, wait,
after?
wait, wait, wait. Why
Okay,
Tank couldn't do half of those numbers with
I'll
Lamar
answer that
Roach? Half.
question. I can answer that question for you. The reason why is because they were on when he fought Ryan. That was Showtime pay per view, right? That was
Uh-huh.
Showtime pay per view.
Uh-huh.
Showtime pay per view has a wider audience than live streaming because you can get the older audience and people doing fight parties. It has a way wider audience.
Wait. Are you telling me
Yes,
that after you watch Mike Tyson and Jake Paul go on stream and get to
that was on
damn near
Netflix.
100
Netflix.
million?
That was on
That's streaming.
Netflix.
You
Netflix.
know that
Everybody has
Netflix is
Netflix.
streaming, right? You know that
Yeah,
Netflix is
yeah.
streaming, right? There you
But
go, cooked
Tank's
again,
network
cooked.
was not
How many
Netflix.
times you need to get cooked? You
No,
comparing a
no.
network to
Let me
streaming? You
continue
cooking
because
yourself,
you
bro.
thinking.
Jump
Hold
in the
on.
frying
You
pan.
always want to cut me
Jump
off
in
because
the
you're wrong.
frying pan and
Let
cook
me,
yourself. You
bro.
really said
You want to cut me
network
off
got
because you're
more reach
wrong.
than. Oh my
You spend
god,
so much
my
time talking
people.
about you getting cooked,
You seen it,
without
bro?
letting
You're
me
getting
talk. Let me
cooked
talk. Hold on.
severely,
Let me talk. Let me
severely.
explain.
You
Let me
said
teach you something
Showtime
real
pay per
quick.
view got more reach
Let me
than
teach you something real
streaming.
quick.
Cooking yourself.
Let me teach you
Cooking
something real
yourself.
quick. The reason why
Do you understand that
Tank can
everybody in streaming is blowing Showtime numbers out of the water?
hold on 1 second. 1 second. The reason
Those
why,
numbers we could look it up. The Showtime numbers we could look it up and compare it
yeah,
to the streaming numbers. So
yeah,
let's
you
let
can
the
do that
book
too.
begin. Go
I'm
ahead,
right.
make your argument.
I'm right about that. But
Make your argument.
the reason
Yeah.
why Tank can't do as much is because the way he was streaming that doesn't have the wide audience that Showtime pay per view had. That's why. Let's keep that in mind. Now let me ask you a question.
How do you come to that
If
conclusion? I gotta fact check you. How do you come to that conclusion that
the,
Showtime pay per view doesn't have the audience that streaming does? When
right,
streaming broke, all the Showtime pay per view numbers that you know about are broken except Mayweather's. How do you come up to that conclusion?
here's why. Showtime pay per view for you to have
Mhm.
streaming on your TV, you have cable most likely, right? But you don't need to have a smart TV to have cable. So the audience there, it has the people that have regular cable and Showtime and live stream. They all
Yo,
had they
take
had
your
that wide
L,
audience.
bro. Yo,
Not to
yo,
hold on,
take
hold
your
on, hold on,
L,
hold on.
man.
No,
That's
no,
it.
hold on,
That's
hold on.
it.
I'm not
We
done. I'm not
good,
done.
man.
Hold on.
You going into
You're
crazy
not even
explanation that
you
don't
all
make
you've
no
been doing.
sense. Salute, family. My people. I can't even handle it anymore. My man's is sidetracking and talking all. He really said that Showtime pay per view got more reach than streaming, and he's trying to make an explanation about it. That's it. Take that L, bro. Now you know. Everybody knows that you're getting cooked, but you. Wait, but it's still this. How does this line up with popularity? This takeaway clip highlights, and most people are seeing for Ryan. Ryan is the more popular fighter. My man is making the most horrible arguments to try to say that he isn't. And look what he did. He spent the whole day realizing, damn, this guy's gonna cook me. Let me say he's just more popular in terms of boxing. Huh? And then he's throwing numbers out there that he can't verify. No, we can't verify these numbers. Neither one of us can verify it. I just know. Huh? Come on, my people. Y'all saw it. Easy work. Too easy. Way too easy. The real King George. Boxing hacker out there getting cooked, bro. Boxing. Boxing. Go back and watch the video, man. You absolutely look. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna take clips of our combos and I'm gonna post it tomorrow, bro. You over here sidetracking. It was too easy. Way too easy. Jay is in there. Hit the like button, everyone. You saw me and Boxing Hacker going at it. Now I know why he didn't want to show his face. He knew he was going to get cooked. He showed up talking about, in terms of boxing, but I'm bringing up numbers that I can't really prove. Huh? He does more pay per view. What the hell are we talking about here? Like, what are we doing? Who told the boxing hacker that if you did more pay per views, you're more popular? The PBC was holding pay per view fights between fighters that wasn't even championship fights, that wasn't even big names, but they was on pay per view. Who told you, boxing hacker, that being more on pay per view makes you more popular? Who lied to you? Tell me right now on the comments, and I'm gonna call him a liar right here for you. They lied to you. They lied to you, bro. My people, the real King George. Was Hydro here? The Hydro grind haven't been seen in days. In days, my peoples. Quay, sorry, man. I was trying to support your statements while listening to the debate. Jay is in there. Hit the like button, everyone. Come on, man. You saw it. You saw it, boxing junkie. Ryan Garcia generally has a higher viewership advantage and brings more commercial mainstream interest to a fight compared to Devin. It's not even close. The level of popularity is not even close. But my man said no in terms of boxing, and then didn't bring no numbers to back up what he was saying. Is that boxing hacker? How am I gonna debate with you when you keep bringing up different? Look, you even say Devin fought internationally. He fought Cambosis internationally, and Ryan lost. You keep sidetracking, man. I can't be responding to all type of shit that you talking about. Like every time you notice you're getting cooked, you sidetrack into something else. How we gonna do this? It's too easy. Look, you the type of person to be getting cooked. Everybody knows you getting cooked, but you don't know you're getting cooked. You don't realize you're getting cooked. That letter M, that circle talk in terms. What? Bro, just go around in circle talking nonsense. We talking about more views. He brought in pay-per-views. And it's like, think about this. If you're on pay-per-view and you get 200,000 views, and I'm on ESPN and I get 1 million views, who got more views? Who getting more views? So I asked him about views, and my man put up a whole 10 paragraph discourse about pay per view. How I'm gonna sit there and listen to that, bro? Boxing hacker, we talking about views and you talking about pay per views. And in general terms, and generally speaking, and in boxingly speaking, bro, it's too easy. Too easy. You think that I quit. I didn't quit. I slept you. You were sleeping. I slept you. You was talking unconscious. More nonsense. Shaggy, get him the F out of here. Queen, say to bring up MMA, but this is like a Connor versus Eddie situation. Hardcore fans like Eddie, but most people want to see Connor. And it's just unfortunate. It's reality of things. I'm gonna tell you something. That was a controversial move from Conor Ben because he has people who support it, and a lot of those people don't like Eddie Hearn. So if you don't like Eddie Hearn by default, you're gonna say, eh. He did the right thing. But if you're non-biased, right? You're not trying to pick sides. You like both of them, and you look at the whole situation, and you actually consider how Eddie Hearn behaved when Conor Ben was down and out, when that steroid situation hit. Boom, he popped 30. Everybody turned their back on Conor Ben. And who stood by him? Eddie Hearn. And he spoke about how there was people saying, yo, cut him loose, cut him loose. You don't want no parts of that. That boy hot right now. Let him go. Let him deal with that situation on his own. And what Eddie Hearn did, stuck with him. Got in front of every single camera. Nah, Conor Ben, we're gonna prove he's innocent. He's gonna fight again. He's gonna be a champion. Eddie Hearn stood with him. And then got him some big fights. Got him that fight with Chris Eubank Jr. Two fights, which both of those significantly made his star power go up. Made the most money he had ever made up until that point, career paydays. For Conor Ben to be like, yeah, I'm out. We good. I'm out of here. Whew, whew. That's tough, bro. That's tough. Even Chris Eubank Jr. said that was a scumbag move that he pulled on Eddie Hearn. Nah, I meant Conor Ben. Wait, wait a second. I meant, oh, you meant Conor McGregor. I'm talking about Conor Ben. McGregor, imagine he made so much money already that look how long he hasn't fought. Look how much time it's been. The letter M. Ben only has one fight deal. What if Hearns is cool with it? Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. For everything that Eddie Hearn has said on social media, he not cool with it, bro. Eddie Hearn been on social media and his pops too, by the way, not just Eddie Hearn. His pops said that he never seen something like that in boxing. But look it up. Those were his words. I've never seen something like this in boxing. Like, let me give you an example. Look at AJ, and you can see the relationship that he got with Eddie Hearn. Sometimes they even be in the gym together. They be hanging out together, sitting together for fights, and you can see that Eddie Hearn brought AJ from a guy who they only knew in the UK to a household name all over the world. AJ is one of the richest fighters out there and one of the guys that makes the most money per fight. So could you imagine AJ like, yeah, I'm leaving now. Somebody offer me a payday. I'm out of here. Couldn't even imagine that happening. The real King George. This was like Jake Paul with Anthony Joshua. Queen. McGregor versus Eddie Alvarez. That's what I meant, not Conor Ben. I got you. I got you. Ooh. But I'm gonna tell you like this. You think about it, Conor McGregor has had before he started getting his ass whooped. He had some good fights. He had some good fights and some real good wins. The letter M. AJ's another guy with a big fan base. Yes, that makes him popular. I mean, that makes him popular. But in terms of boxing, because there's different popularities. The boxing hacker came with a hack. My man said in terms of boxing, my people. We went over the hour. Damn, yo, we didn't even get to 20 likes, man. I guess y'all didn't enjoy the debate or something. God damn, was it that bad? Was it the cooking session that swiftly? Anyways, y'all, salute to everybody who tuned in tonight. This was another episode of Boxing. Even though it says boxing for breakfast up there, it's actually boxing for dinner. So y'all already know what it is, man. Boxing for breakfast tomorrow morning, 7:30. a.m. Eastern time. Make sure you tune in. We're gonna do what we do, my peoples. One love to everybody who tuned in. See y'all tomorrow, fellas. Bam. We out of here.